back to my channel. Today I am so excited to have coffee with you. If you are new to my channel, this is my lifestyle channel, my level 10 lifestyle. I have another channel, my level 10 weight loss, where I talk about my weight loss journey. But whenever I would talk about finances, life, or anything like that over there, YouTube would just do a big and not show you any of my videos. So then I would feel like I would do these videos and take the time to edit them and do them, and then it was just such a waste of my time. So I created a new channel where I could do more life stuff and talk about money, debt payoff, because a lot of you guys want to know about the debt payoff too. And that was a huge part of, well, I don't know if it was a part of my weight loss journey, but it was during that time that my family got out of debt and we paid off $70,514 worth of debt. And so it was a really special time for us and something that we did that I am so grateful for 2 years later. And so I would love to share that stuff with you, but over on my other channel, it just wasn't working. And I knew I needed to make a new channel, so here we are over here. I hope you subscribe and give a thumbs up, because this is the start of a new series I'm going to have every Saturday. I've got all my content mapped out for the next few months. This Saturday debt-free series is going to be something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. In fact, something came up in my Facebook stories a year ago. I had done some debt coaching with one of my clients, and she had said, you know, you need to do a debt-free course, you need to do videos. And at the time, it just wasn't on my heart to do that. And I wasn't sure why. I didn't know. I just knew that, like, I just couldn't handle one more thing. And so I didn't share that. And I'm really glad I didn't, because honestly, if you follow my other channel at all, you know that life has kicked me in the balls repeatedly over the past year, financially, physically, mentally, every which way. So I feel like I'm more qualified to share now than I ever have been before. And so I don't know if I'm super qualified, but I've been through the ringer, so I feel like we can share that, right? And so drinking coffee from home today. I have had a really bad habit of going and getting coffee. There's a little coffee hut on the way home from taking my daughter to school, and guys, it is so delicious, but my budget can't handle that. So we're not doing that right now. So I want to share with you what to expect. I have so much content coming up on this series and so excited, but I want you to know, if you are intentional about 2020, cleaning everything out, getting your budget right, do you even have a budget? I know for so many years we didn't have one. So if you don't have one, you know, don't feel embarrassed. I mean, we were in survival mode for a lot of years, where we were just hoping that things got paid and worked out at the end of the month, and, you know, we were eating. I know that was a hard time for us. Like, many years we lived that way. And honestly, I felt like my head was in the sand, and I couldn't even breathe when I would start to take apart like our budget and what we paid, and it was incredibly overwhelming. And so now I feel like we're at a place where, yes, I can tackle this. I have a plan. I've had a plan for a couple years now. This month, January, actually this time almost to the day, is when I started our debt-free journey. It was January of 2018, and I had just had my weight loss surgery the month before. And if we're being truly honest, I was very lost. I needed a hobby. I needed something to focus on, because if I focused on my weight loss surgery, I would go crazy. And I also didn't have that comfort of food, because I had my surgery, so I couldn't eat like I did before. And a lot of my surgery was binge eating, binge spending, things like that. That's a lot of what made me 300 pounds. That was a lot of it attributed to that. And so I knew that, and I knew I needed to unpack that bag and start unpacking why I was doing those things and get right with the Lord, okay? So I had to get my budget right. So I still have all my spreadsheets on Google Sheets. Don't think I'm fancy and use Excel. I don't even know how to use Excel, but I use Google Sheets, free, so easy to use, and I set up a budget on there. And the reason why I liked using the digital format, which is funny because 2 years later I still use the same Google Sheet, only I'm on the third one. I separated them, 2018, 2019, and now I have a fresh one for 2020. And it's working still, third year. And I know some people are paper and pen people, and that's cool, but for me, I would like write it all out, and then I would like it would look messy, so then I'd rewrite it out. Anybody else do that? And then I like things color coded because I'm weird, and so I would like want to use different pens, and then I was just like, I don't know where the pens are, and it was just so overwhelming. So when I set it up in a Google Sheet, I could do everything in, you know, it was like uniform and clean and crisp, and then I could highlight it in the color I wanted to highlight it, and if I changed my mind, I could just undo it, and it didn't have to erase anything. It's just cleaner. I don't know, just worked for me. But a lot of you have asked for that link, and I did make a dummy one, like a mock one, and I share that link. So if you want that, definitely let me know down below, and I will try to remember to put that in here, because it's nothing fancy, you guys. It's basically, you can look at it and template it to make your own. It was not insane. Now looking back at the one from 2018 is insane, because it was, I don't want to say bad words on this channel, but a crap show. It was bad, you guys. It was so bad. Our budget, we didn't even have a budget. It was really bad, you guys. I realized we were paying $3,500 a month in minimum debt payments, and that was not our mortgage. It was bad. We were in really bad shape. It wasn't good. And we didn't even know how much money, I mean, when I say we, me and my husband did, I can't speak for him, but I didn't even know what we were bringing in. I didn't know what was going out. We were just trying to survive. And so it was painful, but I had to get everything organized and get a budget and get going with this. And that's when I discovered the debt-free community over on Instagram and here on YouTube. And if you're not following that community, wow, there are some amazing people in that community that I've made friends with to this day. And I love plugging into that community because it keeps me accountable. It keeps me from looking at everybody's feeds and thinking, well, I need all white pretty dishes. I need a gray and white farmhouse. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. But for me, I didn't need those things. I was just like, oh, everybody's doing that in my head. Like, maybe I should make my house look, you know, maybe I need to go shopping. Maybe I need to go to TJ Maxx. And that's not true. I have things that are just fine, and I need to focus more on contentment and what I have, and be intentional about loving what we already have and use and love, and not always looking for more. So if we're not careful on social media, we can always be tempted by more, right? So I wanted to create a channel where instead of showing you, oh, I bought this, oh, I bought that, which I might do that sometimes because I'm human. I would rather show you what we have and what I'm content with and how I'm making use of what I have. Here's an example. I was going through our house, and if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, because I've been going through my house like a psycho and cleaning and purging every single room and vlogging it, which they're coming. And I was like, oh, these baskets are blue and green. I should go to Walmart and buy white ones so they all look white. And then I was like, okay, psycho, you do not need everything to be white. There is nothing wrong with using what you already have and making do, even because it's blue or green. And you'll see what I mean in the video, because there are some green and blue baskets. And would I like white? Would I want them all clean and crisp and minimal? Of course. But you know what? I don't need that. That's just more clutter and more things to go buy and bring into this house and more money to spend. It's okay to just improvise with imperfection what you have. And so that's what I hope to bring to this channel and this series, is show you how to love what you already have. And if you don't love it, get rid of it. It doesn't mean go buy new, but just love what you have, use what you have, and just be okay with what you have, because it's appreciating what you have and not always looking to buy more, right? I feel like that was part of the debt process for us. Is I would go to Target and those little yellow stickers would like zero me in. I'd be like, oh, it's on clearance. Definitely need it. Oh, it was in the dollar spot, which, by the way, Target. Now listen, if you're an OG Target girl, you know Target used to be a dollar spot. Everything was $1. And now I see their $7 things. So get it together, Target. It's not always a deal, right? And so I would think, oh, it was in the Target dollar spot, I can get it. And I would bring home all this stuff because I was miserable. I was 300 pounds and miserable, and I was trying to like buy happiness. I know that sounds really crappy to say, but I'm being honest. That was what I was doing, was trying to buy a little bit of happiness because I was so miserable where we lived, with my body, with my life. I was trying to like buy a temporary happiness, and it was just not working. And so if you're doing that, it's time to stop. it's time to start realizing what we have and appreciating what we have, cleaning out what we have, taking care of what we have, and just loving where we're at and not always looking for more. And that's what I hope to do in this series for 2020. I hope we can go all the way through 2020 with this. If we can't, no big deal. We'll just keep going. I'm going to be doing more budget videos and just showing real life, guys, real life. And you may see me buy something different and get rid of something else. Maybe that was in my budget. Everybody has different budgets. Everybody has different lives. And if you do that, I don't judge you. Hope you don't judge me. And just sharing real life. I caught myself, I've been looking for a new comforter for my bed. Why? Because I wanted something a little more neutral for spring, summer. And so I would look at Target, I would look everywhere, and I finally found one I liked at TJ Maxx. It was a really good deal, actually. And I brought it home, and I felt guilty. I was like, you know, this is not aligned with where my values are right now. I really want to use everything in our house and love everything in our house and streamline everything in our house. Bringing in more things does not bring me joy. And I looked at that comforter and I did not feel like that was a good idea. So I put it right back in the car and took it back. And is my comforter on my bed perfect? Is it farmhousey? Is it gray and white? Is it looking pretty? No, but it works, and it is in our budget, and it is aligned with streamlining and making things simple. And that is what I want to do with this channel, is simple, streamlined, intentional. That's where I'm going for my goals this year. So I hope you'll hit the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, because I have so much coming. I'm going to show you my worst areas, how I have decluttered everything. When we moved into this house, we moved in with a 26-foot Penske truck, a big truck, and it was just full to the brim. In fact, we had to get rid of stuff in Kentucky before we came because it wouldn't fit on the truck. I mean, it was bulging, and we had to put a little overflow in our vehicles, and it was tight. And so I got to thinking, how can we do better? What things did we bring here that we don't even need in this house? And so I have been purging like a crazy woman and going through every room and making things minimal and simple, and it feels so good, you guys, so good. I walk into a room and I can breathe. Too much clutter does not bring me joy, does not make me happy, and I don't know if that's YouTube, but that's where I'm at. So if you're the same way, start going through your house with me, watch my clean with me and organize with me videos, and I'm gonna be doing some things quick coming up, are cutting our budget in half. That's next week's video, so definitely subscribe, because that one's gonna be huge, how to cut your budget in half, slash it in half. And then I have living smaller, how we went from living over 3,000 square foot. The house we were building in Kentucky was almost 5,000 square feet. And now the house we're looking at buying is under 1,600. We're not buying right now, but if we do buy, it'll be under 1,600. And so, and our rental here is under 1,600. So I want to talk about how we have found so much peace in just going smaller and living simple. And if that's your jam, let me know down below. I'd love to know where you're at on your journey. And let's get to saving money and living our best life, guys. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.